The Kardashians get up to some pretty weird business. Along the way, they're definitely bound to make some weird friends too, right? Here's the Kardashian family's surprising connection to P. Diddy. P. Diddy and the Kardashian family have long been associated with the same glitzy Hollywood lifestyle. Sean P. Diddy Combs, a legendary American rapper, is currently incarcerated at the moment due to grave charges. The 54-year-old hip-hop artist has pleaded not guilty and refuted all the allegations. After his arrest in New York, an old Keeping Up with the Kardashians video surfaced, sparking a social media firestorm. In it, Khloe Kardashian informed Kourtney about a crazy party Diddy threw in 2014.
So who was with you this weekend?
A bunch of my friends.
After that, Khloe talks about the party, claiming that Justin Bieber attended when he was only 20 years old. Khloe recounted, "I got on a plane at 5:30 in the morning.
I got on a plane at 5:30 a.m.
Well, this party, I think half the people there weren't fully clothed," reported the Mirror.
I think half the people there were butt naked.
When Kourtney presses her more about the company she had that weekend, Khloe replies that she was hanging out with a bunch of friends, listing off A-lister names.
Diddy, Quincy, Justin Bieber.
Khloe chimes in Diddy, Quincy, Justin Bieber, confirming her star-studded entourage, adding, "So far, so good."
So far, so
French
good.
Montana.
Do you even know?
A video from 2016's Cocktails with Khloe has gone viral, with Khloe and Kourtney conversing with Diddy amid the current Diddy conversation. Khloe said in the already viral Reddit video, "Well, I know you're known for the parties. When you think of a party or a good time, you think of Puff."
Well, I know you're known for the parties. When you think of a party or a good time, you think of Puff.
Diddy simply responded, "Yeah," to which Khloe added with a touch of nostalgia, "We've been known to party with you a few times."
We've been known to
Always.
party with you a few times.
She turned to her sister Kourtney, asking, "Do you remember Diddy's birthday?" To which Kourtney admitted, "Yes, I forgot about that. That was an epic night too."
I forgot about that.
You forgot about that?
No, that was an epic night too.
Khloe questioned why was it so epic, wondering why the night was so unforgettable. Kourtney recounted, "That night was fun because all the girls ditched me, so it was like me and the boys.
All the girls ditched me, so I was like me and the boys.
It was me, Kanye West, Corey Gamble, Tyga, just hanging out, and it was fun."
And we were all just like hanging out, and
You loved it?
it was fun.
A December 2019 Instagram image by Khloe is generating excitement as well thanks to fresh fan comments. Khloe is seen in the picture with her sisters Kim and Kylie, who are all decked up, posing next to Diddy, who is wearing a silver suit. The caption reads, "Nothing like a Diddy party." Diddy and the Kardashians have long been in the same social circles, although they have recently become less close. I wonder why. Kim reportedly unfollowed Diddy on Instagram just before his properties were searched in March of this year, 2024, following a number of other celebrities who have distanced themselves from the singer. Ray J, real name William Ray Norwood Jr., was Kim's ex-boyfriend. He talked about his personal experiences at Diddy's parties and said that a lot of people in the industry are unaware of any accusations or charges made against the rapper. He just shared his personal viewpoint with Chris Cuomo on News Nation's Cuomo. "We've never seen the stuff that's being said and the stuff that people are finding out. Like, I've never been in rooms that people are talking about, and I never knew they existed," said Ray J.
I mean, it's all a shock because, we've never seen the stuff that's being said.
And a lot of people in the industry can agree with me on that sense. Like, you all wanted to go and have a good time at a Diddy party. He went on to suggest that individuals wanted to have fun, get inspired, and be encouraged by the good vibes of these gatherings to go to work the following day. People are still attempting to digest and understand everything he said. Ray J continued, saying that even though the claims aren't factual yet, they are nonetheless confusing for many.
It's hurtful and it's confusing to a lot of people.
Half a year after the feds raided Combs' home in Miami and Los Angeles, he was taken into custody on September 16, 2024 at a posh hotel in Manhattan. Many others have filed lawsuits against him in the past year. alleging they were mistreated by him. One such person is his ex-girlfriend, R&B singer Cassie, whose accusations began when she was just 19. Combs vehemently disputed Cassie's allegations last year in 2023, and he has subsequently entered a not guilty plea to federal charges. The grand jury indictment papers that the Mirror looked through reveal accusations against him dating back to 2008 and include some really bad stuff. Additionally, he is accused of enticing people and male workers into what are known as freak-offs, which are often protracted sessions in which Combs and the purported victims are said to have had IVs in order to recover. His brief, Mark Agnifilo, declared outside the courthouse on September 17, 2024, "Mr. Combs is a fighter. He's going to fight this to the end. He's innocent. He came to New York to establish his innocence. He's not afraid of the charges." It is stated that Diddy has managed to stay in touch with his loved ones in spite of the limitations imposed by his confinement. Diddy is the father of 7 children, technically: Quincy, Justin, Christian, Chance, Jesse, Delilah, and Love, by 4 different women. People was informed by a person with knowledge of the matter that Diddy is incredibly worried about his kids while he's in jail. The insider revealed he is very concerned about his kids and their well-being. He has 3 minor children, 2 of whom now have no living parents available with him incarcerated. 4 of his 7 children have neither parent available with him incarcerated, reports the Mirror. According to a person familiar with the matter, Diddy's kids are all in a tizzy as a result of his imprisonment. It's heartbreaking to see the children in the state they're in. This is their father, but to them, he's not Diddy, he's dad. He has always been a loving, devoted father. Diddy, who had 3 children with the late model and actress Kim Porter, who passed away in 2018 at the age of 47, is the happy father of Christian, Jesse, and Delilah. Quincy was Porter's child by Al B, and he was later taken in by Combs. Subsequently, he had 2 sons, Chance with entrepreneur Sarah Chapman, and Justin with stylist Misa Hilton. Diddy and model Tana Tran celebrated the birth of their youngest child, their daughter Love, in December 2022. This information is related to reports that Diddy is not being given any preferential treatment while he is being held in one of the most infamous prisons in America on charges. Regarding Diddy's treatment, an insider told the magazine that he is being treated like any other detainee awaiting trial. They also said that in accordance with the practice for prominent prisoners, the star was placed on watch upon admittance to the facility as a precaution. Diddy's attorneys, Mark Agnifilo and Tenny R. Garagos, have described the Brooklyn prison circumstances as below standards and not fit for pretrial detention in an unsuccessful bail application.
You guys aren't going to believe this. Kim Kardashian is still obsessed with Kanye West.
Not okay.
She can't get her mind off him. She won't stop mentioning his name.
I always will. You'll always, hope that you'll see a glimpse of them.
And it's crazy because last time we checked, Kanye is remarried to Bianca. So what's going on here, Kim? Alright, so Kanye West and Kim Kardashian's relationship may be over, but no one's convinced that they'll ever truly be over each other.
It sucks, you know?
I mean, the drama they've had, the ups and downs, and Kanye's endless headlines. But somehow it still feels like Kim is holding on. Do you think it's because of the kids, or is it possible that there may be more to it? Kim filed for divorce in February 2021, and by November 2022, when their divorce was finalized, Kanye had already moved on, tying the knot with Bianca Censori just a month later. So let's just say he was quick to find a replica of Kim. I mean, look, they look almost identical. They could be sisters. But anyways, since then, Kanye has stirred the pot with some pretty harsh comments about Kim. But wait, Khloe Kardashian, Kim's sister, seemed not to care about this. Khloe went ahead and hugged Kanye at her nephew's St. West basketball game. That's kind of weird. Talk about a plot twist, right? So, relationship expert Luella Alderson spoke with the Mirror about it. She thinks Khloe's hug was actually more about family than anything else. She said, despite all the tension between Kanye and the Kardashians, there will always be a connection because Kanye and Kim have 4 kids together. And honestly, she's not wrong. No matter how crazy things can get, those kids tie them together for life. Do you guys agree? I mean, let's be real. If it weren't the case, do you think Kim would have taken all of Kanye's BS throughout the years? I don't know, I doubt it. But wait, it wasn't just a hey, how's it going hug, Luella called. It was a genuine moment of affection. Think about it. Khloe's all about putting family first, and she's been known to do this before, especially with her hubby Tristan Thompson, or let's say ex. The guy's messed up more than once, but Khloe still co-parents with him. So if she can do that for him, why not extend the same accepting hand to Kanye, right? I mean, am I the only one who feels like Kanye is getting a second or third chance here? Or who are we kidding? So did Tristan. I guess you can say the Kardashians share a lot in common, even with their taste in men. Luella pointed out that seeing adults handle things maturely is a big deal for the kids. She said when kids see family members interacting peacefully, it gives them a sense of security. And she added, Khloe and Kim's kids probably feel torn about all this family drama, especially since it's in front of millions of people and everyone's just waiting for their next move. It could be a lot of pressure, you know? But if the kids see their parents and family getting along, even with all that history, it's gonna help them feel more secure. Do you think Kim's doing the right thing for her kids here? But here's the crazy part. Khloe might actually still consider Kanye part of the family, even with everything that's happened. Kanye is still part of the Kardashian-Jenner family, Luella said. Khloe may see the importance of supporting him publicly despite their differences. That's some next level family loyalty, right? Do you think Khloe's just being loyal, or is she showing Kanye more forgiveness than he deserves? Maybe Kanye has apologized or shown regret for his behavior, which makes Khloe more at ease with supporting him publicly, Luella added. I mean, maybe the expert's onto something here. Could Kanye actually want to make amends? Could he be trying to fix things for the sake of his kids? I mean, that doesn't sound like the craziest thing right now. Now, let's not forget that boundaries are key here. Luella warned that if Kanye has caused enough pain, it might be time for Kim or Khloe to step back and give him some space. She said that Kim needs to prioritize her well-being and that for her kids. It's kind of like saying, hey, you've messed up enough, take a time out to figure out your stuff. And honestly, Kanye's probably needed a lot of time to work on himself. So hopefully he's doing that and learning how to be a better co-parent in the process. So do you think that Kanye's finally becoming a changed man, or do you think he still has some work to do? At the end of the day, Kanye and Kim will always be connected by their 4 kids, no matter how much drama unfolds. Despite everything, putting the kids first and keeping things civil seems to be the ultimate goal for their sake and everyone else's. So the question is, what's next for the old power couple in their lavish yet complicated worlds?
This is the end of an era for this family.
They're like losing their influence.
Is this their downfall?
People are losing interest in the Kardashians, and the reasons may not come as a big surprise to most of you.
The Kardashians are no longer ruling the media. Their popularity is coming to an end.
It's been more than 15 years since we first saw the Kardashian family on their reality TV show, Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
They left.
Where's Kim? Kim is always late. Here. Get out of our way.
And when we look back then, no one could have really predicted how hugely successful the show would become.
It's so exciting.
The Kardashian-Jenners have signed on to a new exclusive deal that will bring the famous family back.
Millions of people tuned in each week to see what the family was up to. And the Kardashians shared some of their most personal moments on the show, from breakups to cheating scandals and even the birth of new family members.
When Kylie went into labor, it was such an exciting night. And no matter how many times you've been through this.
And seeing all of this, viewers really felt like they were a part of the family and they celebrated their milestones with them. But things have changed in recent years. Like, the show's ratings have dropped significantly.
New reports claim that the reality TV show might be losing its steam as ratings for the show continue on a downward trend.
And fewer people seem to be interested in the lives of the Kardashians. Some have also noticed significant changes in the Kardashian family members themselves. And people are questioning, like, is this the beginning of the end, like the downfall of the Kardashians era?
This is the end of an era for this family.
They're like losing their influence.
Is this their downfall?
Many people think so. And in today's cancel culture, some are choosing not to support the Kardashians by watching their show or even giving them any media attention whatsoever. Like, they would not even click on a video about the Kardashians.
There is a lot of negative hate and energy towards my family.
And this decision is largely based on many of the controversies that the Kardashian family have found themselves wrapped up in, like Kim Kardashian's involvement with Balenciaga. That was a big thing. As well as their brother, Rob Kardashian. There was a lawsuit with him over leaked photos involving his ex-partner, Blac Chyna. Not to mention the family's habit of publicly lying about their surgeries, as well as lying about how much money they actually are making, among other things. And these people are encouraging other people to do the same, like not keep up with the Kardashian family anymore. They feel like they've been very disappointed with them. And one user took to Reddit and said this: for a few seasons, they did use their platform and power to address social issues, and I thought that provided some balance to the show and ultimately them as people. Some fans have also observed that the family dynamic among the Kardashians has shifted since their new show, The Kardashians, started streaming. Like, they've noticed some things, like the tight-knit family bond that they once had, which many fans love to see on screen. It doesn't seem to be as strong as it used to be. Like, there was another fan on Reddit that had this to say: I hate their new show, and it's so sad to see how detached from reality they've all become. My favorite part of keeping up with the Kardashians was their pranks, funny conversations, and genuine family moments. Now they never do anything together, and when they do, you can cut the tension with a knife. So yeah, this spin-off reality show, The Kardashians, which premiered on the streaming service Hulu and also featured on Disney Plus, has a very low rating right now on Rotten Tomatoes. And I feel like some of the disconnect that some of the fans are talking about with The Kardashians is felt because, you know, the Kardashian family, they're getting older now. They have their own personal lives, so many things going on, and they may not want to be as open as they used to and share personal details about their personal lives like they used to before. As well as they've changed as people, and what used to work back then may not necessarily work. Like, it's hard to force family dynamic on camera. People are gonna tell the difference. But with all that being said, it appears that the Kardashian family does not want anybody to lose interest in them at all.
Would you want to keep going and everybody commit, or would you want to kind of put the show on a back burner?
No, we love filming. We love our show.
Because the season 4 trailer of The Kardashians came out, and season 4 is going to be released September of 2023. It seems to focus a lot on the storylines, their love life, personal interfamily dramas, just some juicy things that I think are gonna pique the viewers' interest, and maybe the fans are gonna love it, or maybe not. Maybe the Kardashians really took to heart what fans were saying and said, like, hey, we wanna see you guys, like, really get to know you guys again, like, behind all the fake stuff. We want to get to know you and connect with you. So season 4 of The Kardashians could literally be a make or break season for The Kardashians. But guys, what do you think about this? Losing interest with The Kardashians? Do you think that they can come back? They've definitely been losing a lot of interest in the public recently. But hey, who knows? If their reign in reality TV ends, it could be the beginning for their reign in something else.
You may think the Kardashians are pretty open about their lives since they have a whole reality TV show about it, but even still, there are things they need to hide. These are things the Kardashians wanted to hide from the world. The way Kris handled her daughters was one startling thing. According to Cosmopolitan, Ellen Pearson Kardashian sold pages from her husband Robert Kardashian Sr.'s personal journal following his passing. That notebook and Pearson claimed that when Khloe and Kim were young girls, Kris Jenner mistreated them. Furthermore, it is said that Kris was always eager to take advantage of her kids in order to get money while they were young. And some people even think this attitude persisted into the girls' maturity.
I'm your momager, manager, mother, name a title.
Pearson stated that the extent of Kim's punishment included both physical and mental, as well as persistent teasing over Khloe's weight. Naturally, Kris claimed that these allegations actually never happened, and it appears that the only supporting documentation available is what Pearson and Kardashian Sr.'s notebooks say. Regardless of the veracity of the allegations, Kris will stop at nothing to grow her family's substantial and powerful enterprise. Kim didn't lose her earrings on vacation, apparently. The Kardashian family is well known for taking lavish trips and experiences. One particularly special trip to Bora Bora was featured on Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Kim allegedly misplaces her diamond earrings when she was there.
Oh my god, I'm gonna cry, my diamond earrings!
which prompted the entire family to look for her priceless jewelry in the ocean. Of course, the loss of something so valuable and significant attracted a large audience and generated a tremendous deal of internet conversation about the occurrence. The issue: Kris Humphries, Kim's ex-husband, allegedly claimed it never happened on RadarOnline.com. Kim didn't really lose her earring. The whole thing was staged to garner attention. Even if there were other occasions when Keeping Up with the Kardashians staged a fake event, the missing earrings serve as a perfect illustration of how unrealistic the reality TV show really is. It also demonstrates to viewers that they should withhold pity and judgment when anything happens on the show, since it can be staged to gain attention. Apparently, they also aren't great employers. There have been rumors circulating that when Keeping Up with the Kardashians originally aired in 2007, the family, particularly the children, was incredibly gracious to the film team. But as the show went on and the family became more well known, their respect and friendliness towards the crews they collaborated with decreased, leading to awkward and uncomfortable situations behind the scenes. The Sun claims that the Kardashians constantly chastise staff personnel and place impractical demands on everyone who gets in their way. In order to present themselves in the best possible light on the show, the girls often attempt to control what happens or insist on numerous reshoots of straightforward scenes, often at the expense of the other members of the family and crew. Another interesting allegation is that Kim's previous marriage with Kris Humphries was for ratings. Kim's incredibly brief marriage to Kris Humphries was one of the most talked about Keeping Up with the Kardashians occurrences. The union lasted for fewer than 3 months, and in the months that followed, it made headlines. Humphries apparently felt deceived by Kim and thought the marriage was only for show, as the entire setting was unpleasant.
Do you think you owe him an apology?
Absolutely.
The Washington Post claims that raising publicity and viewership for the Kardashian family show is precisely what the marriage was intended to accomplish. Kim actually requested that she bid Humphries farewell on the program, but the producers turned her down. Humphries has requested to be left off of Keeping Up with the Kardashians entirely and no longer wants anything to do with the family. Kris Humphries' proposal was apparently reshot multiple times. The relationship between Kris Humphries and Kim Kardashian was one of the most talked about Keeping Up with the Kardashians moments. People were eager to hear about Humphries' proposal to Kim, so it makes sense. Even though a lot of people now believe the couple's relationship was staged to boost ratings, many viewers were also captivated by their upcoming engagement at the time. Everything went off without a hitch at the appointed time, and it seems that the family was happy with it as well. According to Huffington Post, a producer acknowledged that the proposal was made more than once so that the camera team could take many shots to try and acquire the best perspectives for the show. Some even said Kim was involved in arranging the lighting and location to obtain the personal perspectives she desired. Kim's tapes may have been leaked by her mom. The disclosure of Kim's private video with Ray J is undoubtedly one of the most contentious events in the Kardashian narrative.
Did you feel betrayed by it?
I felt humiliated.
Kim sued the corporation to keep the tape private at the time of its initial disclosure. Many, however, brought up Kim's impressive $5 million profit from the home video, so it's plausible that the leak was done for publicity purposes. Ray J claims that Kim's mother, Kris, was the one who actually made the footage public. Many think Kris's release was intended to draw attention to the family, and it was a very successful strategy. The first season of Keeping Up with the Kardashians debuted to a robust viewership just 6 months after the footage was leaked. In response, Kris claims that she had nothing to do with the leak during a lie detector test on the Late Late Show with James Corden. How about this one? Kanye may have bought his house just to get away from the Kardashians. Many people anticipated that popular hip-hop artist Kanye West would be a regular on Keeping Up with the Kardashians after his marriage to Kim. But Kanye knew that his newfound fame would not come at the expense of Kris Jenner creating plans for him and his family. Plans that Kanye would surely detest, in an attempt to capitalize on their marriage. Reportedly, in an attempt to stay away from the show and Kris's influence, Kanye bought a house in Bel Air for himself, Kim, and their future family. It's interesting to note that being the first to reveal details about their family, Kanye essentially stole Kim's limelight. According to a story by Us Weekly, Kim stated that she didn't want Kanye to live in Wyoming, far away from everything after their divorce. Kris may have tried to bribe the press. The Kardashians built a prosperous enterprise on their family name. The Kardashian ladies are adept at promoting their brands and living through everything from their show to clothing lines to smartphone apps. Naturally, success like this inspires new ideas, and Kris's launch of her own talk show was one among them. Kris was terribly disappointed by the minimal viewership and unfavorable ratings her show received. According to the New York Post, Kris was not deterred by the negative evaluations and decided to compensate for a better review in order to make amends. According to some accounts, Kris mailed a $325 Tiffany pen to a New York Post reporter who had given the show a low review. The writer took offense at the short note attached to the pen, which asked for a better review the next time and ignored it. The house shown as establishing shots in the show isn't actually Kris's house. Many fans may be unaware that the house exterior on Keeping Up with the Kardashians isn't Kris Jenner's. Even though it never appears on screen for an extended period of time, the house on the show is around 20 miles away from her own residence. The aforementioned property serves as a prop that gives the Kardashian family a charming looking place to live. Actually, the house from Keeping Up with the Kardashians has been in other television series such as True Blood and American Horror Story. When the house went up for sale, this truth became quite apparent, and Jenner wasn't the one selling it. North West might be living the largest out of her siblings. North West's parents provided her with an opulent lifestyle, even though they never allowed her to have as much screen time as they did. Her room decor and wardrobe were all designer made and of the highest caliber. It has been disclosed that Kanye and Kim alone spent more than $1 million for North's nursery. Everything was specially ordered from world-class designers and produced to order. West and her siblings continue to enjoy opulent toys and clothes from their early days of affluence, and Kim was always happy to post about them on social media. In 2022, Kim reportedly even hired a Grammy-winning pianist to visit their home daily to wake her children up with Christmas music, according to Yahoo.
The Kardashians are no longer ruling the media. Their popularity is coming to an end.
The Kardashians are in their flop era. More people care less and less about what's going on with them, and we're in a time where the Kardashians' lives are so boring that they're not even worth talking about.
There is a lot of negative hate and energy towards my family.
It's almost impossible to fathom. How did we get here? This is according to fans, so please don't hate the messenger. If you ever look at the internet, you'll learn that we may, indeed, be moving into a new timeline entirely. The era of the Flopdashian. Or maybe it's something even worse than that. We may have hit the point where the Kardashians aren't even worth talking about. For 15 years, cultural critics have proclaimed that the Kardashian family, Kim, her 4 sisters, her mother Kris, were everywhere. Their hit show Keeping Up with the Kardashians ran for 20 seasons.
Would you want to keep going and everybody commit, or would you want to kind of put the show on a back burner?
They appeared at fashion weeks, Met galas, on Saturday Night Live talk shows, in magazines and advertisements. Their personal dramas were contorted into TV plot lines, and much as they were news fodder, especially the ups and downs of their marriages, Kim even met with President Trump at the White House. We're gonna continue. These next points, they're crazy. And as ridiculous as the Kardashian obsession has always been, it was for a long time exciting. More than that, it was super interesting. Their literal existence is their primary product. Kim's got Skims, Kylie's got makeup and canned vodka spritzer, Kendall's got tequila, and Khloe's got her migraine medication line. But what the Kardashian-Jenner clan had most of all was their glamorous lifestyle, their hot selfies, and their awesome fashion.
From juicy reality shows to vampy makeup collabs, this family knows how to make that money, honey.
Viewers, critics, and even reluctant fans have been trying to figure out the fascination for years, often through similar headlined think pieces. In 2021, LA Mag dug into the question how the Kardashians took over the world. Back in 2019, the New York Times described the sisters as a media company that swallowed a makeup empire, merged with a fashion line, and gave birth to athleisure trends.
People think they have us all figured out, but things are not always how they seem.
Rolling Stone called them the egos that ate America way back in 2014. The common theme? These ladies are everywhere and there's no escaping them. Or at least they were. We're gonna get into more of this. The Kardashian buzz started to die down after that LA Mag piece coinciding with the end of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. With their flagship show wrapping up, these women had to focus on their individual products. Sounds easy enough, right? Well, considering they've managed to pump out 5 seasons of their Hulu sequel series in just 3 years, maybe not so much. The Kardashians premiered to lukewarm reactions, partly because the sisters themselves seemed less enthusiastic about continuing. As a result, the internet keeps declaring that Kardashian era is officially over. Sales of Kylie Cosmetics, which controversially landed the youngest Jenner on the Forbes billionaire list, have been declining year after year since their late 2010s peak. Her swimwear line quietly fizzled out, and her new fashion brand Kai is similarly not doing well. Right now, Kylie is best known for her relationship with Timothée Chalamet, which has actually sparked some backlash. Khloe's inclusive clothing line Good America, whose jeans I've heard are very good, is doing well for itself. Kendall's tequila brand is also doing well. But Kim was at the Tom Brady's roast and she was booed heavily. Apparently her family pressured Netflix, which hosted the event live, to remove the boos from its recording several days later. So fans are saying that the Kardashians are now boring because they aren't surrounded by as much drama. But if the family's relative silence, stability, and lack of drama means the Kardashians are flopping,
billionaire Kylie Jenner is going broke? Or should I say fake billionaire?
Kylie Jenner has gone broke. She is struggling to pay her bills, so she is selling her mansion for dirt cheap.
If we don't... What's wrong? Why are you crying?
But after launching another random business and getting caught doing ads for a weird mobile game called Travel Town, the allegations are that Kylie is broke.
Her shit is going under. Like, what happened to Kylie's skin? What happened to Kylie Baby? And now Kylie Cosmetics is about to be no more?
Just like, why do people think it's okay?
Yes, guys, it may be possible that one of your favorite influencers, owner of Kylie Cosmetics, Kai, Sprinter, and other ventures may be going broke.
The news of this new partnership has sparked a whole conversation about the downfall of Kylie Cosmetics.
Kylie might need to phone up one of her sisters soon and ask for business advice, or maybe a loan, because it's going to take a lot more than a couple of thousands to maintain her lifestyle.
What are you crying about? I thought she was joking. I thought she was telling through.
So, Kylie Jenner and her sisters are well known to show off their luxury lifestyle and gloat to the rest of us about how much better their lives are. I mean, they're also good at being part of some sort of drama every few months. And in Kylie's case, she received a lot of backlash in 2019 when she was declared the youngest self-made billionaire ever by Forbes. I think you guys know where this is going. Obviously, there's no denying that Kylie was racking in some serious money. I mean, she had her Kylie Cosmetics business and was doing serious numbers, but many people weren't ready to believe it was enough to make the billionaire club. At the time, Kylie was just 21 years old when Forbes made the announcement, and people were quick to catch on some of the lies she's made to get herself on that list. The big deal that got her on the list was when she sold 51% of her company, Kylie Cosmetics, to a beauty company, Coty. The deal was valued at $1.2 billion, giving her that title to get on that list. However, it seems there were some hidden numbers. When Coty's filings went public, it showed her business was a lot less profitable than she originally claimed. Damn, I guess Kylie lied and she's going to have to stay in that millionaire lane. Tough life, huh? So, after Kylie was exposed for this, later throughout the years, people started to question her financial status. One Reddit user posted, "Kylie Jenner broke?" Okay, so why are people saying she's broke? Well, just based on Kylie Cosmetics itself. According to Yahoo, her sales have gone down from $68.7 million in 2017 to $36.2 million in 2022 to then $29 million this year. We still see the millions, but guys, when you're at that kind of level that Kylie Jenner is at, that's a serious decline, and it's not looking too good for her and the lifestyle she's trying to maintain. Kylie is known for starting new brands and dropping them when they don't succeed. So she had her swimwear brand, and it got a lot of hate that it had to vanish at some point. I mean, you guys remember, right? Those pieces look so cheap that you think that the so-called billionaire would put more effort into the quality. She recently launched her new clothing brand Kai, which she's managed to be consistent on so far, yet we don't know how well it's doing yet. And around the same time, she launched her drink brand Sprinter. So obviously we're all wondering, why launch two brands so close to each other? Is she in the need of money? What's the rush? It seems like her constant theme is launch, fail, and repeat. Kylie, one piece of advice, maybe stick to one thing at a time. Clearly, being all over the place isn't helping your financial situation. But what do I know? Kylie used to not do any brand deals really. Recently, we're seeing her promote a lot more than just her own brand. We've seen her post a lot more in Aloe. It's a fitness brand that her and her sister Kendall post for as well. And we know the girls are only doing this because there's probably a large number involved. And I'm sure it is. But another odd deal is with the brand Glow. She's seen posing while drinking one of their energy drinks. Now this one has us really wondering, how much did they pay her? Because, okay, Aloe is a pretty big brand, and that makes sense to me. But where does Glow come from? And what kind of funds do they have to have one of the biggest influencers to promote it? It doesn't stop there, though. We've been seeing Kylie promote this game Travel Town, and to be honest, this is probably the most random by far. I mean, this one has you really questioning her financial position. I need to know what the paycheck is saying, because in what world does that deal make any sense? I mean, I actually remember seeing this ad when I was scrolling through my Instagram stories, and I genuinely thought it was a fake ad. But no, I clicked her profile, and lo and behold, it's Kylie posting on her main account. I mean, listen, would I take a 10-second video showing people how to play a game for a fat paycheck? Any day. But the question is, why is this so-called billionaire doing it? That's what's not adding up. We all know rapper Travis Scott is Kylie's baby daddy, but we can't help but question her relationship and how it's affected her finances. Like Kylie has said before, Travis is always walking around with a lot of money, and it's not crazy to believe he makes a decent amount to maintain his lifestyle too. So what I'm wondering is Travis giving Kylie any money to raise their kids, or is she doing it all by herself? Like, I'm really just trying to understand why she's no longer as rich as she's claimed to be. We've seen so many of her get-readies with me, showing her expensive purse collection and videoing parts of her luxury home. So we've definitely seen she's still living that lifestyle. We even saw her on private jets, yachts, and pretty much any sort of expensive thing you can imagine. I'm sure Kylie either has obtained it or currently owns it. So I guess all these new brand deals have made us question her authenticity and maybe question whether she's faking her lifestyle a bit or not. Is it possible that some of her bags may not be real? Is it possible that she's just living her other sisters' lives and mooching off their paychecks? It's hard to say. The reason why I kind of find it hard to believe she's broke is because number one, her lifestyle says otherwise, but also number two, because she has her whole family as backup. Like, are we forgetting who her family is? First off, Kim Kardashian has built an empire of her own, and I think if Kylie needed any help, she'd be able to do something. All the other sisters have also built a brand for themselves, and I'm sure they all make a decent amount of money, to be able to support her and themselves, of course. And let's not forget about the mother, Kris Jenner. She's the ultimate momager. We all know when there's drama or any problems, Kris Jenner is the first one on top of it. And in many instances, Kylie has been the so-called favorite daughter, so I can't see her mom leaving her for stray. Do you really think Kris Jenner is going to let Kylie go broke? Now that doesn't sound right to me, and I'm sure you guys can agree. Another Reddit user responded to the post, Kylie Jenner's broke, saying, "She's not broke, but I feel like some of their bad financial choices are catching up to them. They each launch a new brand every couple of years, and some of them flop really hard and are just brushed under the carpet. They are slowly losing relevancy, but they're still living how they were 5 to 10 years ago. Multiple houses aren't cheap to maintain, private jets are expensive, and the overconsumption. Not broke, definitely not able to keep up with their previous lifestyle." I mean, this guy may have nailed it. Like, think about it. For a regular person, their millions would definitely be more than enough to live a good life. But when you're living a lifestyle purchasing Birkins, flying in private jets, and maintaining the luxury in other ways, it can be hard to keep up if you're no longer within that financial bracket. It may be possible that Kylie is finding other ways to bring her bank account back up, and if that means doing random deals, then she'll take it. I guess it's not the worst thing filming 10-second videos or posting on Instagram and making dumb amounts of money, right? But if it's the case that they're starting to lose relevancy, it may be a lot harder to keep up their lifestyle if no one cares about them anymore. But as of right now, I think that's the least of their concerns. You can also see her posting a lot more videos and trying to be relatable again. She's trying to bring back her King Kylie era that everyone loved, because this mysterious off-the-grid Kylie, people were just not buying into it. I think she forgot that people were only buying her products because of the connection she used to maintain with her fan base. Without that, there is no brand. Now I think she's doing some damage control and starting to be a lot more relatable with her videos, and hey, maybe it's working. Only time will tell whether she's going to need that financial support and whether Kylie Jenner is really going broke or not.
Christians are super unhappy at Kim right now for wearing the rosary in photos where she should probably be wearing more clothes. Kim K isn't always wearing weird outfits, that's more of a Bianca Censori thing, but I mean, her Halloween costume, and now Kim Kardashian upsets Christians by wearing this. Kim Kardashian has done it again, found herself at the center of yet another discussion. This time, the drama involves her mega successful Skims brand, a piece that's raising eyebrows, and a deeply sensitive religious symbol. Yes, we're talking about that viral Skims campaign featuring Kim in a set adorned with beads resembling a rosary. And as you can imagine, the internet is on fire. For those unfamiliar, the rosary is a sacred symbol in Catholicism. It's not just a collection of beads, it's used for prayer, meditation, and spiritual reflection. So when Kim appeared wearing something that bore a striking resemblance to a rosary, styled with what she was wearing, no less, many felt this crossed a serious line. Social media imploded almost instantly, with fans and critics calling the look everything from offensive to sacrilegious. One user commented, "As a Catholic, I find this deeply disrespectful. The rosary is not a fashion accessory." Another added, "This isn't fashion forward, it's offensive." These voices weren't isolated. Threads on platforms like Twitter and Reddit quickly gained traction, filled with users expressing anger and disappointment. The common sentiment was religious symbols should be treated with respect, not reduced to aesthetics for an ad. To be fair, this isn't the first time Kim has been accused of cultural or religious insensitivity. Remember when her shapewear brand initially launched under the name Kimono? That caused a global uproar, with critics accusing her of appropriating a deeply significant Japanese cultural garment. Back then, Kim responded quickly, rebranding the line to Skims and issuing a statement apologizing for the oversight. She said she wanted the brand to be inclusive and respectful for all cultures. For many, it seemed like a genuine moment of learning and growth. But fast forward to today, and this latest incident has people asking, did she really learn from the kimono discussion, or is this just another case of carelessness? Because let's face it, this isn't just a minor faux pas. For Catholics, the rosary is an object of profound spiritual significance. It's used to pray, to connect with faith, and to reflect on sacred mysteries. Reducing it to something Bianca would wear, that's a choice that's bound to ruffle feathers, and it has. Critics argue that this isn't just about Kim or Skims. It's part of a broader trend in the fashion industry. Time and time again, we've seen brands and designers use religious and cultural symbols as mere accessories, stripping them of their original context and meaning. From indigenous headdresses at music festivals to sacred Hindu imagery on yoga mats, there's a long history of cultural and religious appropriation in fashion. And while some defend this as artistic expression, others see it as a clear lack of respect, especially when the creator of the design isn't of what culture they're trying to represent. But let's dig a little deeper into why this keeps happening. For many brands, including Skims, the goal is to stand out, to push boundaries, and to spark conversation. Discussion sells. It draws eyes to the products, generates headlines, and ultimately drives sales, because more people talking about it has more eyes on it in general. And when it comes to a marketing genius like Kim Kardashian, some might wonder, was this an accidental misstep, or was it a calculated risk? After all, the Kardashian-Jenner family has built an empire by staying in the spotlight, good or bad. At the heart of this discussion is a larger question. Where do we draw the line between creativity and respect? On one hand, fashion is a form of art. It's meant to challenge norms, to blend influences, and to spark dialogue. But on the other hand, some boundaries are sacred, literally. For Catholics, the rosary isn't just a symbol, it's a deeply personal object of faith. Seeing it styled as part of this set doesn't feel like homage, it feels like exploitation. Adding to the complexity is the fact that religion and fashion have intersected before. Take Madonna's Like a Prayer era, where she famously wore rosaries as necklaces, or the 2018 Met Gala themed Heavenly Bodies, Fashion, and the Catholic Imagination, which featured Catholic-inspired couture. Those moments were celebrated by some and criticized by others, but they were presented in a way that felt more like an exploration of faith and art rather than pure commodification. Kim's Skims campaign, critics argue, doesn't carry that same intentionality. Social media has also played a huge role in amplifying this discussion. In the past, a questionable fashion choice might have sparked some backlash, but it wouldn't have reached the global scale we see today. Platforms like Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok give people a voice, and they're not afraid to use it. Hashtags like #RespectReligion and cultural appropriation quickly began trending, and videos dissecting the ad racked up thousands of views within hours. Interestingly, not everyone sees the Skims campaign as problematic. Some fans have defended Kim, arguing that the design isn't explicitly a rosary and that the resemblance is coincidental. They see the backlash as an overreaction, pointing out that fashion is subjective and open to interpretation. But for many, the issue isn't whether the beads technically qualify as a rosary, it's about how they're perceived and the impact that perception has on those who hold the symbol sacred. As of now, neither Kim nor Skims has issued a statement addressing the discussion. This silence has only added fuel to the fire, with critics accusing the brand of ignoring valid concerns. For a company that markets itself as inclusive and empowering, this feels like a missed opportunity to show accountability. And let's be real, in today's world where consumers value transparency and social responsibility, staying quiet isn't a good look. I mean, it's barely an option anymore. Then there's the question of intent versus impact. Did Skims intentionally set out to offend Catholics? Probably not. But in 2024, we didn't mean to isn't a sufficient excuse. Brands need to anticipate how their designs will be received and take steps to avoid causing harm. With a company as large and successful as Skims, valued at over $4 billion, there's no shortage of resources to ensure thoughtful, culturally sensitive decisions. As one viral comment put it, with all the money and people working for her, someone should have said, maybe let's not. This discussion also touches on the responsibility that comes with influence. Kim Kardashian isn't just a reality TV star or a fashion icon. She's a cultural powerhouse. Her every move is scrutinized by millions, and her decisions set the tone for the industry. When she gets it right, she's celebrated as a trailblazer. But when she gets it wrong, the fallout is equally massive. And this time, the fallout is a reminder that influence comes with accountability. At its core, the Skims Rosary discussion isn't just about one set or one marketing campaign. It's about the ongoing tension between creativity and respect, between art and exploitation. And it's a reminder that in the age of social media, nothing goes unnoticed. Whether Kim and Skims choose to address the backlash or not, the conversation around cultural sensitivity in fashion is here to stay. Fashion has long been a canvas for creative expression, a platform where designers push boundaries and challenge societal norms. Yet when fashion intersects with religion, the line between creativity and exploitation becomes perilously thin. The use of religious symbols in fashion is a recurring phenomenon, often sparking intense debates about respect, intention, and artistic freedom. While some moments are celebrated as thoughtful explorations or spirituality, others are decreed as tone-deaf appropriations. The 2018 Met Gala that we discussed earlier showcased elaborate couture inspired by Catholic imagery, including papal robes, intricate crosses, and garments rich with symbolism. It was curated in collaboration with the Vatican, lending an air of legitimacy and reverence to the designs. For many, the event was seen as a celebration of the interplay between faith and fashion, a way to explore the aesthetic beauty of Catholicism while respecting its deep spiritual roots. In stark contrast, moments like Kim Kardashian's recent Skims campaign, featuring a set of clothes that some people think is far from religious, styled with what resembles a rosary, highlight the pitfalls of treating religious symbols as mere aesthetic choices. Critics argue that such representations strip these symbols of their sacred context, reducing them to objects of commodification. While the Met Gala felt like an homage, campaigns like Skims come across more as exploitation, where the sacred is used not for reflection but for profit. This distinction between homage and appropriation often hinges on the intent behind the representation. When designers engage with religious imagery, are they seeking to honor its significance, or are they leveraging its impact for shock value and attention? Context plays a crucial role as well. A couture collection presented in a museum or a curated event, or a curated event like the Met Gala, invites discussion and interpretation. An advertisement for Skims lacks the same nuance, making it harder to justify the use of sacred symbols. I mean, why do they have to be there in the first place? The stakes are high when religion enters the conversation. For many, symbols like the rosary are more than mere objects. They are conduits for faith, prayer, and personal connection to the divine. Misusing them in fashion risks alienating communities who view such acts as deeply disrespectful. Beyond alienation, it also perpetuates a troubling trend in the industry, which is the prioritization of aesthetics over cultural and spiritual sensitivity. Yet, there are instances where fashion has successfully navigated this delicate territory. Designers like Jean-Paul Gaultier and Alexander McQueen have famously incorporated religious and cultural motifs, often sparking debates, but also earning praise for their thoughtful approach. What sets them apart is their ability to create dialogue, inviting audiences to explore the intersection of faith, culture, culture and art. Their work suggests that fashion can indeed engage with religious symbols respectfully if done with care and intentionality.
The Kardashians and Sean P. Diddy Combs have been part of the same Hollywood circles for years.
Diddy plans to expose others who knew about his behavior, starting with Kim Kardashian, who's rumored to be involved in his wild parties.
Here are the worst things that have happened to Kim Kardashian.
The Kardashians are linked more to Diddy than you think, as Kim Kardashian has been spotted at some of Diddy's infamous white parties.
Did Kris Jenner and Kim Kardashian deliberately leak her infamous tape with her former boyfriend Ray J?
She's actually been through a lot, and now people are trying to say that she might be cursed.
We all right?
Recently, Kim is getting a lot of flack with people connecting her and her sisters to Diddy.
I know you're known for the parties. When you think of a party or a good time, you think of Puff. You do.
So many rumors are flying wild about this, it's almost ridiculous. The rumors are so out there, but is there any truth to it? Diddy and Kim did have a close friendship, and there's no doubt about it that Khloe was at a freak off. An old resurfaced clip has came back around where she says she didn't get home till 5:30 a.m. and that people weren't wearing anything at the party she went to, and it was Diddy's party.
Oh, this party? I think half the people there were.
Now, Khloe is my favorite Kardashian. So I'm just gonna play devil's advocate and say that just because she went to this party, she might not have known that anything sinister was going on. The rumors about Kim right now, though, are crazy. People are calling her a party girl, saying she took place in certain activities with Diddy, saying she knew what was going on, pretty much calling her a monster. So it's safe to say this isn't a very comfortable place to be in. The internet is already really hard on Kim, and it seems like people just really love to look down on her.
Kim Kardashian is linked to the Diddy lawsuit. Kim, 24 hours before the raid, unfollowed Diddy despite continuing to follow him even after the Cassie lawsuit was settled.
So hopefully these rumors can be put to rest and she can go back to enjoying life. Kim hasn't actually had it easy, and I find her to be a pretty tough chick. When she was only 24 years old, her father passed away.
You didn't know my dad. It's like different, you know?
Robert Kardashian was most known for representing O.J. Simpson as his lawyer in the early 90s. Kim spoke about this because while her father was about to pass away, her stepmother was trying to prevent Kim and his other kids from seeing him one last time. Kim says that she and the rest of the family had to basically force their way into the house to get a chance to give their father one last goodbye. It's a really sad situation. There was actually a time that I almost lost my father, and I can't imagine how life would have been if it happened. Losing a parent at 24 years old is something that none of us want to experience, and I would not wish that on anybody. Well, at Fashion Week in Paris, Kim was held against her will and they stole $10 million worth of jewelry. It was a group of unknown men. During this time, she experienced many things that she didn't deserve. They locked her up in the bathroom. They basically told her they were going to take her life. They were armed as well.
My door was open like this, and then I saw two guys holding another guy down.
And even after dealing with this situation, Kim had people making fun of her online. Some people were accusing her, saying that she did it as a PR stunt. It seems like when she is going through something hard, people always tear her down and make fun of her. In the year 2000, when Kim was only 19 years old, she and her then boyfriend, Damon Thomas, eloped in Vegas. Damon Thomas was a music producer, and he was apparently not nice to Kim at all. 3 years later, Kim filed for divorce, basically saying that he mistreated her so badly. Not that I have any issues with age gap relationships, but he was also like 10 years older than her, forcing her to change herself physically. It was just a bad situation for her to be in all around. She even admitted that on her wedding day, she was using things to alter her brain and completely out of it. And her father apparently didn't even speak to her because of this relationship. Thankfully, Kim did not stick it out with this guy because she might not even be here today. Definitely sounds like an unpleasant individual. Okay, so I want to talk about the infamous tape. The tape that we all know about. This was definitely one of the worst things to happen to Kim Kardashian, but some people say that it's actually the best because it got her so recognized and it had everybody talking about her.
Every 1.5 seconds, someone is watching that video.
People online blamed Ray J, but he has always maintained the fact that he was innocent. The tape was leaked in 2007, and Ray J is adamant that Kim and Kris orchestrated its release. Now, what actually happened? Well, a lot of people believe it was actually Kris Jenner that leaked the tape. So why would she do this? Because she knew that it would bring Kim the stardom she needed. Anyway, I'm not 100% sure, but It's an interesting theory to look into. Ray J went online and posted the supposed contract, which he claims is the original contract for the tapes. And on the contract, it shows that they actually filmed 3 different tapes, which each of them received $400,000 for. 2 were filmed in Mexico, 1 was filmed in Santa Barbara. He then said that Kris Jenner watched all of the footage and made the decision about which was the best tape to release. Ew? I mean, if you go into rabbit holes about celebrities online, you'll see that the Kardashians have some weird habits. Sharing men is one of them. Being too comfortable on camera with them is another. A lot of people commented about this online. One person is speculating and said, I mean, Kris Jenner is trying to low-key convince Khloe to take back Tristan. What kind of mother tries to convince their daughter to take back a man that mistreated Khloe so badly? I didn't know that. Another person said, I fully believe him. They played it off like this was leaked. It wasn't. Kim signed the dotted line. The devil works hard, but Kris Jenner works harder. I mean, the tape did kind of kickstart Kim's career. Kim does work seriously hard, but the tape really got her noticed. And Kris is Kim's manager. What do you guys think? I love Paris Hilton, but she was kind of a mean girl back in the day. She dissed Kim, she dissed Lindsay Lohan, and when her and Nicole Richie stopped being besties, she also dissed her. The thing with Paris is, she really knew how to get under people's skins, and she spoke freely online. Kim started out by working for Paris Hilton. She's Paris Hilton's wardrobe lady, and that got her some attention. So when she stopped working for Paris, Paris wasn't having it. Almost a decade later, Paris was online basically saying that she made Kim famous. She was saying a lot of things.
I love Kim. She is amazing, a pop princess. She's just killing it, and I'm so proud of her, and I'm here.
They had a very public beef online. Paris said that Kim's behind looked like cottage cheese stuffed in a garbage bag. Yikes. She did later apologize for this though. All friendships have up and downs. Seems like they're in a great place now. The divorce with Kanye must have been especially hard on Kim because just 1 month after the divorce, he got married to Bianca. People speculate that her marriage failing with Kanye was one of the worst things to happen to her, but I mean, if that was her person, she definitely would have ended up with him. She has in episodes of her show been open about how she misses the relationship, that she wishes it worked out, but also she recently said online that she's pretty much a single mom of 4 and she doesn't get much help from Kanye at all. She said that sometimes she feels alone in raising her kids, even though she does have a great support system.
Social media, you know, when you think about it, most of us, I mean, Kendall and Kylie kind of grew up with it, but the rest of us did not.
The Kardashians have resorted into buying fake followers on social media due to the fact that they are boring fans so badly and their brand's accounts are shelling out low-performing engagement levels with followers. Are the Kardashians about to spiral out of control?
Absolutely. I think it's a completely different world.
Kim & Co.'s online popularity is rarely questioned, but an analysis of their clothing and beauty brands revealed a remarkably low connection with fans. Fans do not care, and their brands are suffering. Celebrities with over 1 million Instagram followers are expected to have engagement levels between 1 and 5%, according to an analysis done by the US Sun. However, virtually all of the Kardashians' brands are way off the mark. Khloe's Good American Clothing range has an engagement level of just 0.02 from 2.4 million followers. More than a few hundred people rarely like any of the profile's posts. Are people just not into the clothing anymore, or are they just bored of the Kardashians? What do you guys think?
You know, does it scare me a little bit?
Kim's Skim clothing range and her skin cosmetics line don't fare much better. With an engagement of 0.09 and 0.05, the company's posts have been getting a few thousand likes, but with their accounts, they have 6 million and 5.7 million followers. That's a drop in the ocean. While Kris's homeware brand Get Safely has 150,000 followers and an engagement rate of only 0.08%, the number of likes rarely hit triple figures. Kourtney's well-being firm Poosh is better than the others, but still relatively low engagement of 0.15%.
So I felt like timing is everything.
Kylie's toddler clothing range, Kylie Baby, has an engagement level of just 0.18%. Only her clothing brand Kai performs at a high level of 15 engagement. Figures compiled by Phalanx Analytics had further bad news for the Kardashians, suggesting that their fans aren't listening online. 47% of Good American followers are not engaging, and only 50% are real, the analysis showed. Just 3/4 of Kim's Skin followers are real, and 22% are fake followers.
It's so important when you're building your brand.
Yusuf Awadallah, who is an FTD News host and hip-hop artist, says, I think the Kardashians will do anything to stay relevant, even if that means stooping so low to buy followers for their social media accounts. At the end of the day, they probably don't even run their social media. It's probably someone behind the scenes. My favorite Kardashian used to be Kylie, but then she broke up with Travis Scott. So now I have no favorites. That's fair. A lot of people feel this way about the Kardashians. I personally think it's kind of cool that they could just ride the wave of their reality TV show, but they choose to run businesses of their own. They all live pretty interesting lives. They work hard, they look good. Coralie Trigger was scathing in her assessment of the Kardashian family, telling the US Sun it's a safe bet that the Kardashians use Botox for their bodies and bots for their brands. Believing the Kardashian brands on social media have grown without any help from bots is like believing the Kardashians look the way they do without any help from Botox.
Why? I swear to God.
Yes! That's like what the party is about, Candyland. No, I will literally you up. This is not about your brand.
Here are some of the biggest feuds between Kim Kardashian and Kourtney Kardashian. These sisters just don't seem to be able to get along at all. During season 15 of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, there was a big argument between Kim and Kourtney. It started as a discussion about scheduling a family photo shoot.
That was when my meeting was, so.
Where's the meeting?
It was supposed to be at my house. Unless I do it at 7 in the morning.
Do it at 7 in the morning.
But it turned into a major fight.
Okay, no. Get out of here and go.
Kourtney thought that Kim was being inflexible with the schedule, and Kim felt that Kourtney didn't understand how busy she was with their various work activities and just things that pop up that they're working on. And this disagreement got very heated. Kim got frustrated and told Kourtney that she wouldn't understand because she doesn't have a business like Kim does. Kim even made hurtful comments about Kourtney not being interesting and not having real work to do.
Maybe if you had a business that you were passionate about, then you would know what it takes to run a business, but you don't.
And that stemmed this next feud. After that whole argument, Kourtney called Khloe and she was very upset, and she cried while talking to Khloe about what happened.
Hello?
Hey.
Hi.
Are you crying?
Yeah, I'm not here to be mistreated by my.
Unfortunately, Kim overheard the conversation, and this made things even worse. Kourtney felt really hurt because Kim had called her the least interesting to look at.
I said I'm sorry for that, but you're the most entitled person on the planet when you work the least. That's what I'm saying.
And she couldn't understand why Kim would say such things. You know, it's like, you're my sister, like what's going on here? Why are you being so mean? But Kim jumped in and suggested that Kourtney should be more flexible because she works less. And this made Kourtney even more angry, and she called Kim a distraught, evil human being and said that she didn't want to see her. Kim went on and tried to apologize, but Kourtney didn't accept the apology at all. There was also another time during a simple dress fitting where things escalated between Kourtney and Kim. Kourtney was looking for a birthday dress when Khloe suggested she ask Kim for her opinion on a vintage Dior dress. But their conversation quickly turned into an argument, with Kim accusing Kourtney of copying her style.
Well, if you don't care about you and I, why do you keep on picking out all the same clothes?
And Kourtney defended herself, saying this.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. I've never dressed like you.
And then Kim went on to explain in her confessional in the episode that Kourtney didn't understand the effort involved in fashion choices, especially regarding relationships with fashion designers. And Kim had spent a lot of time working closely with designers like Rick Owens to understand their fashion vision. And she felt that Kourtney just didn't grasp that aspect of the fashion world. And Kourtney then argued that even if they both wore clothes from the same designer, their personal styles made their outfits unique and different. And she stressed that they might receive similar clothes from stores, but she always tailored her choices to her own taste, and she never was interested in copying Kim in any way. There was another intense fight between these two sisters on the season 4 premiere of The Kardashians. And this happened after they both watched the edits of the previous season back again, and it just rekindled their feud. It all started with them working with Dolce & Gabbana, where Kourtney, she used Dolce & Gabbana's 90s theme for her wedding. And then Kim worked with Dolce & Gabbana and took a bunch of Kourtney styles, and she accused Kim of being narcissistic and egotistical.
You're talking about the details because it's all your egotistical, selfish mind can think about.
And Kim countered by saying that Kourtney was different and she seemed to hate all of her family members. And Kourtney replied that she didn't need any of them and she didn't want to be a part of the family. She wanted to keep her distance. Kim then brought up Kourtney's kids, claiming that they came to her with issues that they had with Kourtney. And this accusation escalated the fight, with Kourtney calling Kim a witch. And she used some strong language. She said that she hated Kim.
You're just a witch, and I hate you.
There was also some tension between Kourtney and Kim that escalated when their verbal argument turned into a literal physical, fist fight with punches flying, slaps going. Kim accused Kourtney of not caring enough and not working as hard as the other sisters. And Kourtney, angered by these accusations, of course, defended herself by saying that she works really hard and that if she chose to be a stay-at-home mom, that's perfectly fine. Kourtney then charged at Kim and they got into literally a physical altercation. And this left Kim with scratches, and even she had some physical marks and bruises.
Kendall Jenner wants people to know she's not like her Kardashian sisters and is more of a Jenner. Some people are confused because obviously her last name is Jenner, but she's talking about being known under the Kardashian umbrella.
Kendall Jenner has spoken out against her family and shared that she never chose the path of fame. Rather, she, in a way, was forced into it. In a recent interview with the Wall Street Journal, Kendall Jenner opened up about her feelings of not fully belonging within the Kardashian-Jenner family.
Kendall sat down with the Wall Street Journal for an exclusive interview where she opened up about her feelings towards being labeled a Kardashian. She said she doesn't quite feel like the rest of the Kardashian sisters, saying she feels out of place in her family.
Kendall, who's a professional model and businesswoman, expressed that she has always felt out of place in the public eye, as she was born into the spotlight without choosing it for herself. Kendall mentioned that her sisters, particularly Kim Kardashian, seem to thrive in the celebrity lifestyle and being constantly pursued by the paparazzi, but she doesn't share the same sentiment.
She compared herself to Kim, feeling like Kim was born to do this, and she would go to certain places because she knew the paparazzi would be there to photograph her.
By her circumstances, she considers herself to be incredibly fortunate to live the life that she does now. And Kendall acknowledged that her experience in the public eye has been more demanding than not, but she recognizes the privilege that comes with it. This is what she specifically said in her own words. I obviously understand I fall under the umbrella of the Kardashian sisters, but it's just weird to me because I'm just like my dad in so many ways. I'm such a Jenner, in my opinion. Now, despite her feelings of not fully belonging within the Kardashian family, Kendall has still been involved in the Kardashian-centric show, The Kardashians, which is pretty much the streaming continuation of the original Keeping Up with the Kardashians TV show. Kris Jenner, who's Kendall Jenner's mom and manager, acknowledged that the original reality show initially focused more on the older siblings, but stated that Kendall and Kylie naturally became more involved as they grew older and as the family faced various new dramas. However, Kris Jenner also mentioned that Kendall has always had reservations about participating in the show and has preferred to take on more of a role on the sidelines rather than being a central figure. And yes, Kendall was kind of pushed into being in the show in the limelight. And despite her reluctance though, Kendall's presence on the show has been notable, reflecting her ongoing journey and experiences within the Kardashian family's reality TV empire. And while it is true that Kendall Jenner does receive less screen time compared to her other sisters, it appears to be definitely a deliberate choice. However, despite any initial reservations or feelings of not fully fitting in and all of that, Kendall has chosen to be an executive producer for the show The Kardashians, and this decision right here, it shows that she recognizes the potential advantage and opportunities that come with being associated with a high-profile series like The Kardashians. So I guess with All of that being considered, she can look past all of the grievances and differences of her family's lifestyle when it comes to her preferences, because she does get a benefit from being involved with what the family does. But Kendall had this to say about her situation, and I quote, she said that it's challenging for me a lot more than it is not. I consider myself one of the luckiest people on the planet to be able to live the life that I live. I'm not going to sit here and say poor me about the attention, but I do think that it's pretty intense. People are more mean to my family in general. They take everything and make it a bad thing. So I can definitely see where Kendall is coming from. It's definitely a lot stressful, more than other occupations, to be in the public eye and see all the criticism that you're facing. And she may not have initially wanted it, but I guess now she goes along with it because she's grown to be accustomed with it, even though it wasn't her preference.
Everyone knows these days that it's really hard being a mom, and this is no different for the rich and famous. Kim Kardashian admits that it's hard being a parent to her daughter.
Do not talk to me about that.
Sorry, Kim. Kim Kardashian has shared candidly about the challenges of raising a child with a learning disability. The reality TV star, whose daughter Northwest previously disclosed that she had received a dyslexia diagnosis, posted a video of her friend Lauren Sanchez discussing her children's book, The Fly Who Flew to Space, on Instagram stories. In the video, Sanchez discussed her own experiences growing up with dyslexia.
So I grew up dyslexic, not knowing I had it. I couldn't read.
Alongside the post, Kim wrote, "I'm reposting this not because she's my friend and I love her, but because every mom who has struggled with their kids with dyslexia or any learning difference needs to hear that it will be okay." North made her diagnosis public in 2023 on a TikTok broadcast. The daughter of Kim, who has racked up over 19 million followers on the social media platform, said, "Guys, I have dyslexia. Do you even know what that is?"
Guys, I have dyslexia. Do you even know what that is?
Kim responded, "Northie, you sure are spilling the tea on here," and later asked her to end the live stream, adding, "You are just saying way too much. I purposely don't talk about stuff that you are going through."
I purposely don't talk about stuff. I'm not going.
North, whose father is Kanye West, very obviously so, has disclosed in the past that she is already considering following in her parents' footsteps and becoming a businesswoman. The seasoned Keeping Up with the Kardashians star revealed that she already had plans to inherit the family company someday, with a particular focus on Yeezy and Skims. In 2023, during her first solo cover interview with ID magazine, she declared her desire to own a business and own Yeezy and Skims one day. She stated that she would like to walk dogs for pocket money till then in order to pay for her art supplies. She said, "When I'm like 13, I want to walk dogs to make money to buy art supplies because everything around here is so expensive." North told the Vice media source that she views herself as her biggest style icon, and that the three words that best describe her are blessed, awesome, and cool. She also described herself as the best ever. I can definitely see the Kanye in her. The influence that Kim had on North was also evident when she disclosed that her most treasured piece of apparel was a Michael Jackson jacket that my mom purchased for me on Christmas. Despite their 2021 breakup, Kim and Kanye have been spotted getting back together politely to watch North's basketball games ever since then. It is evident that basketball has become a joyful activity for the young girl, and she is so dedicated to the game that she refers to it as a lifestyle rather than just a hobby. Gushing that, "I just love basketball so much," she spilled that her most treasured memory is when I first tried basketball because I was so bad. So I know those memories and I'm like, ooh, now I'm so good. I got so much better. In a recent realistic look into her life as a mother of four, Kim revealed that in spite of her early reservations, letting her son Saint start his own YouTube channel had ended up being a blessing in disguise for his relationship with his elder sister, North.
Welcome back to today is going to be another banger. We're at Game
Speaking with Entertainment Tonight at the Caring for Women dinner in New York City about Saint's new channel, The Goat Saint, she first noted about how it's coming along. "It's hard because I'm here and I need to approve every video." Though she then shared, "I will say, it has brought him and North closer together, because she's filming his content and making him do challenges, so I filmed some behind the scenes. I was fighting against this and it's actually a blessing in disguise," she relented. Kim had been open about her initial disagreement of Saint's request for a YouTube channel, and she delighted followers by revealing that she had made him sign a rigid contract that he had to follow in order to get his mother's approval. There are currently 33 videos and little over 13,000 subscribers on his YouTube channel. The Kardashians' surprising and poignant confessions are nothing new to their fanbase. Fans can see this while Kim is in a car on her way to jury service in the episode This Is Going to Be Really Hot Tea of the Kardashians. She begins by complaining over the phone to someone about not getting excused from jury duty, about how it's her birthday the next day and she wants to find a way out of it. But things take a turn when she confides in the unknown individual and lets her frustrations over parenting 4 children out. At some point, she even expressed the desire to parent more like Khloe Kardashian. Kim starts, "Hey, can I vent for 1 sec? It's been an extra troubling week where I was just like, I can't do it anymore. Anything in that home is just chaotic right now. I had a Zoom at the house with all my kids there, banging on the door, just screaming, and I was literally hiding in a bathroom with the door locked, as I was just like, I can't believe this. I mean, I can believe it, but that's like my biggest nightmare." Kim then goes into further detail in a confessional on the pressures she has as a parent. Sometimes it gets just like a little much. "I want to be more strict like Khloe, but I don't know why I have a hard time just saying no is no. I think I also just don't want to deal with the whining and the tears of not getting their way." She continues talking to the person on the other end of the phone and says, "I'm open to anything at this point because I just can't live like this. Like, I've run out of my patience, and that was my superpower, was calm and patience." Kim continues by admitting that she is a pushover and that in order to keep the kids from weeping, she frequently gives in to their requests. She too thinks she is alone and without assistance. Kim does, however, offer one strategy that is typically effective. This always shuts them up. I always say, "Okay guys, do you want me to just split myself in halves or in 4s, and a part will go with you, and a part will go with you?" And they look at me like, "No, don't ever do that." And I'm like, "Well, okay, that's the only option if you all want me the exact same time." Can't say that isn't effective, but dang.
So Kim Kardashian has people talking. She just admitted something.
What is it? I don't know how I'm gonna get through this day.
Finally, Kim Kardashian admitted that her and her family have scammed their way to the top. And no, it's not just me saying that she said that. She literally said this on camera. We all know the Kardashian-Jenner family is super famous, especially in Hollywood. You know, they're recognized all over the world as well.
In less than a decade, the Kardashian-Jenners have become the world's richest and most talked about socialites.
But get this, according to Kim Kardashian, their success was basically an accident, and they don't really understand how they actually got that famous. On the season 4 finale of The Kardashians, Kim spilled the tea saying that they scammed the system to become global stars. I know, crazy, right?
And Kim whispered to the group, "Guys, we scammed the system, we did it."
This happened when the fam got together for Scott Disick's 40th birthday party, and Kris Jenner was all sentimental, saying that she's known him for forever. And this is what Kris told Scott in her own words. "You were literally here episode 1, season 1, and this was referring to the OG reality show for the Kardashians, Keeping Up with the Kardashians."
Because that's a great accomplishment for anybody over 50 years old, right?
Time flies, you know, that was so long ago. And then Kim later chimed in, mentioning that she's been friends with Scott Disick for 19 years, and she gave him props and she thanked him for having her back through thick and thin and through every phase of her life. And then Scott, he tried to make a joke here and he teased Kim about being on the cover of a dog magazine, like Dog Fancy, or something like that he called it.
So Scott Disick allegedly said, "Hey Kim, you remember when you were the cover of Dog Fancy?" Which Kim's family quickly clarified it was a canine magazine.
But no, they were quick to correct him. It was Canine Magazine. Yeah, close but not exactly, Scott. But yeah, that's when Kim Kardashian revealed what pretty much all of the Kardashian family critics already thought about them. But now it's coming directly from Kim herself, and she said this, and I quote,
"Anything for a cover. Guys, we scammed the system, we did it.
Whatever it is, we figured it out and did it. We put in some hard work. Yeah, whatever it takes to be on the cover. for sure. No doubt, guys, the Kardashians have put in a lot of work over the years, and it takes a lot of time and energy and focus to run multiple successful businesses, as well as raise children and deal with the media and paparazzi pressures, as well as, you know, maintain and grow what you already have going on and still have the drive and desire to do more. These guys aren't lazy.
From an immensely successful TV show to multiple business ventures, the clan has stacked up millions to their name.
So as much as people may criticize them, they do the hard work and it's definitely paid off. The issue though, I think that most people have with the Kardashians is how they went about it in certain aspects, like lying to the public and betraying people, going behind their back, then getting caught in those lies and then lying some more and betraying even more people. Even Kylie Jenner, she even inflated her earnings to make herself look like a billionaire, and Forbes listed her as the youngest billionaire and then had to revoke that. You know, things like that, pretty shady by the Kardashians, and people just aren't having it.
She has lied and exaggerated just how successful she really is.
But what do you guys think? Do you think that the Kardashian Jenners deserve all that they've accomplished? As the episode continued, Kim also had more to say about Scott as well as the success of her family, and this is what she said. Scott's my motivator. He'll always say, God, can you believe you did it? And I'm like, I can't. This is crazy. We aren't supposed to be here. Like, how did we get in this cool party? We weren't the cool kids. How did we do it? Kim also previously had told Vogue Arabia in September of 2019 this: money was always the goal, but I was obsessed with fame, like embarrassingly obsessed. I do agree that fame can be addictive, but now my focus has shifted. Even in my darkest of times, I don't regret putting myself out there for the world to see. People have shared with me over the years how much it's helped them to feel less alone when dealing with their own adversities. I love having a voice and appreciate the platform that I have been given, even though I do wish I could have more privacy at times.